Most of you have heard of Don Tigner or read his research. Guy I really have a lot of respect for, physical therapist, PhD from Montana. He started working on this theory in 1964, the SI joint theory, and it basically says one of the major problems with SI joint pain is actually caused by an anteriorly rotated, inferiorly rotated ilium that is also stuck laterally, anteriorly, inferiorly, and laterally, which is actually the plane of the joint. If you look at the plane of an iliosacral joint, that's the plane of the joint. But on the skeleton demonstration that you will see following this, you'll see what I'm talking about as far as how it can get stuck like that. I really love the Tigner's ideas on this, and so I've been playing with them for a while. This technique that I just showed you is Tigner would love this technique. Here's another one. Here's one of his, and notice how similar it is to the one that I've been using. But I didn't know what I was doing with mine. He does it on both hips, goes back and forth between both of them because he says they're both too anteriorly rotated. And so he likes to take the hip into posterior rotation, move it back into posterior rotation, and move it medially. So here's one of Tigner's techniques. He comes in, and so you have a lever force coming down through here so that I can lift Terry's hip up off the table if I want to, just by pushing on the foot here, the top of the foot, and using a counter force coming through here, right? And I'm going to kind of move it toward the midline to start pulling it medially, because that's what he likes too. He likes it to go posterior and medially. And now just pull your hip back toward the table. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Post-isometric relaxation. And now we get a little bit more. Okay, that's a wonderful technique. Don't forget that one. That's a good one. This comes toward Terry's right axilla, her armpit here. This is the force. And you want, again, to get under her pelvis. So you've got her draped, and I don't know if the camera can pick this up over here. Can you see this? Are you getting this on camera? I'm going to come under with my, just above my wrist, and hook the fascia and then slide under so that I'm under the joint and I'm not playing around in there, moving my hands around in there at random. Now here's the force. This is the difference. I am going to be posteriorly rotating that ilium by doing this. This is what we showed you in volume 1, right? But now I'm going to be putting a compressive force down the long axis of the tibia at the same time to push it medially toward her left knee, for instance. So this is the axis rotation, I mean not rotation, but the long axis of force I'm going to put down here while I pull this hip down. So first of all, I'm coming down, pulling that ilium posteriorly. And now that I've got it in a position I like, I'm on the ischial tuberosity below here. And now I take my palm and I get my body weight back here, and then I put a compressive force down. You okay with that? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to oscillate it a little bit.